Alright, today we're going to show you how to powder coat a pony head jig. Reading on online blogs, what I saw was there were two train of thoughts. There were aluminum foil and there were shrink tubing. I struggled at the beginning with the shrink tubing, and the aluminum foil, I kept having leaks. So I finally figured it out with my son. We figured out how the best way for us to do it, and it comes out about 99% of the time comes out very clean and no issues at all. It's perfect. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you how we do it. So what I did was I went to Home Depot and I picked up a pack of shrink tubing. This is 3/32 shrink tubing you can buy at Home Depot. Okay. You want to cut a piece so that it is, of course, just a little bit longer than the crane swivel that you're using. You place it over the crane swivel. The whole key to it is not to leave the crane swivel down when you're powder coating it, is to always flip it upside down and let it sit on top of the pony head jig. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put it over your heat source. And then when you're putting it over your heat source, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure it stays upside down and then let it seal first. First thing you want to do is let the shrink tubing seal around the crane swivel. Okay, now that it's done that, now I can go ahead and heat like normal. And see how it's going to slide. If I turn it upside down, it's going to fall. But what you have to do is make sure you're keeping it straight up so that it doesn't do that. When you put it in the powder paint, you powder coat it. So what I do is I put it in, like so, top off the excess, and then I let it sit. I'm going to let that sit for just a second, and then I'll show you how we remove it. Don't bake it with the shrink tubing on. You're going to want to go ahead and cut the shrink tubing off before you cure it. So what we do, oh, I should have cleaned up that eye. Hopefully I can still get that done. Well, I waited too long. I'll have to fix that later. Okay, so now that it's dried, what I do is I take my X-Acto knife, and I just lay it down, and then I just cut through the shrink tubing. And I take a little pair of pliers. It doesn't matter which kind you take or use. And you just want to just remove the shrink tubing only. And when you remove it, you'll have a perfect crane swivel that swivels perfectly. And that's it. Just remember to clean out the eyelet. And then they're ready to cure in the oven. And that's it.